Hello, everyone. Today I'm sharing Write Your Requirements Clearly in 3 Minutes, a universal structure for communicating with outsourced graphic designers to avoid rework. This is the most easily underestimated yet most inefficient step in outsourced graphic design collaborations for many businesses. Because the reality is often, you think you've explained it clearly, and the other party says, I understand. But the first version comes out completely different from what you expected. So, you start repeatedly explaining, revising, and rewriting. But the truth is, most rework isn't due to design skills, but rather a problem with the requirement structure. First, the conclusion. It's not that you're saying too little, but that you're saying it without structure. Many requirements seem serious, but actually look like this. Make a main image. Make it look more sophisticated overall. Refer to this style. These statements aren't wrong, but for execution, there are almost no judgment criteria. What outsourcing fears most isn't a lot of requirements, but scattered requirements and vague judgments. 2. Why does writing whatever comes to mind inevitably lead to rework? Because during design execution, constant choices must be made. Where should the focus be? What can be added? What should be deleted? Is this version adequate? If you don't provide a structure, these choices become, the designer makes the judgments for you. And once the judgments are inconsistent, rework begins. 3. The universal 4-segment structure for clearly defining requirements in 3 minutes. The following structure doesn't require technical jargon, but can greatly reduce the probability of rework. You can use it directly. First segment. In one sentence, explain, what is this image used for? Don't say, what kind of image, but rather, in what scenario will it be used? For example, used for Taobao main image, used for Douyin feed, used for the first screen of the product details page. This is the starting point for all judgments. Second paragraph. Give only one core objective. Don't give 3 selling points. Don't say, they're all important. Instead, state one clear statement. The most important thing for this version is, what should the user know at first glance? For example, is it cheap? Is it convenient? Is it professional? Is it suitable for beginners? One version should only serve one judgment. Third paragraph. Clarify 3 things that cannot be changed. This is the most crucial and also the easiest to overlook. You need to clarify in advance. Are there any color restrictions? Is the style more restrained or more vibrant? Can decorations and text be added? These are not details, but rather directional boundaries. Fourth paragraph. Tell the other party what constitutes a good finish. Don't wait until the images are released to say, it doesn't feel right. You can set standards in advance, such as, information should be easily understood at a glance. Simplicity is preferable to complexity. It shouldn't look out of place when placed alongside existing pages. This step helps the designer define the direction. IV, a directly copyable requirement. Example. If you need to outsource a main image, the requirement can be written like this. Use case, Taobao main image. Core. Goal, highlight, easy and convenient to use, at first glance. Style boundaries, no more than 3 colors, restrained, no complex backgrounds. Judgment criteria, easily understandable at a glance, doesn't overshadow content, and maintains a consistent style with existing main images. This paragraph can be written in 3 minutes, but can save at least 30 minutes of rework. V. Why is this structure so effective? Because it doesn't solve how to draw, but rather, first define the purpose, then the focus, then the boundaries, and finally the standards. When all these are clearly stated beforehand, the design is simply execution, not just trying to find the right direction for you. A word of truth for those who frequently rework. The most tiring part of outsourcing communication is never the sheer number of requirements. It's you're using different standards to make judgments at different stages. When judgment standards are prioritized, rework naturally decreases. In short, outsourced graphic designers don't need to talk more, but rather clear structure, focused focus, and well-defined boundaries. When you learn to use this 3-minute requirement structure, outsourcing communication will transform from repeated explanations to directly working forward.